Hey, what's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Thank y'all for joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you've had a great, wonderful, fabulous week because guess what? I have. Well, I know I say that all the time, but the truth is easy. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for popping in. Uh, hey, Miss Nanette, how you doing? Good to see you. So, yep, I didn't get a promo out today, but hey, it's Sunday, it's 8 o'clock, so you know I'm gonna be here. And as they say, and as we say in comedy, I don't care if it's 3 or 300, we're gonna give you the show. So the show is here. Hey, Miss Charlotte, good to see you as well. I got to see you this weekend, so always happy to see you. Uh, yeah. So happy Veterans Day to all my veterans out there, near and far. And I hope that you guys, if you have a chance, spend some time with a vet, hug a vet, love a vet, do what you can for a vet, okay? Because veterans are the true one percenters. They are the true one percenters, and they need us. They really do need us. So, as I was saying this weekend, I did some speaking over the weekend. Freedom is not free. And if it wasn't for veterans, we wouldn't be here. So a while ago, I stopped saying to them, thank you for your service. Well, I still say thank you for your service. But when people say thank you for your service to me, I tell them, look, you were worth it. I'm no hero. I didn't do nothing spectacular. I'm just a regular guy. But, I was a dumb kid that signed up and managed to learn something. But I'm just a regular guy. But thank every veteran that you can, not just Veterans Day, but every day. So, hey, Miss Marion, good to see you. Brother James, good to see you. Baby sis, DC Fluffy, good to see you, DC Fluffy. And hey, Miss Coley, good to see you as well. Miss Coley, the name of the show tonight is not how you start, is how you finish. You got it? It's not how you start, is how you finish. Cousin Barbara, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well down there, southern Missouri. Actually, I'm coming your way. Look at my Facebook page. I haven't got the flyer for it yet, but I'm actually coming to Caruthersville the end of the month. So we check that out. All right. And yes, please like and love and share the message. I'd greatly appreciate that as well. So y'all dig in the background. Y'all like this? Give me some click love or like or type something in the comments. Let me know if you like it or not. Did it in honor of Veterans Day. So let's get into the message. The message tonight is not how you start, is how you finish. Hey, Annette, happy Veterans Day to you. Brother James, happy Veterans Day to you as well. But yeah, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, which is really, really important. So I appreciate y'all joining me every week. Okay. Let's see. Roger says got a stack of packets at the bar, giving them out tomorrow. That'll work. Today I want to talk to you about something we've all heard before. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, which is true. Now that's a phrase we toss around with, in life, business, relationships, and everything in between. But over the weekend, I saw a very real, very powerful reminder of what that looks like in action in real life. So, oh hey, brother Jerry, good to see you. Thank you for the Veterans Day greeting there. I see my daughter popped in over there. Hey daughter, see you there. Let's see. Baby sis said us. I'm lost. Barbara says happy Veterans Day. I salute y'all anyway, all the time. We will be checking that out. Okay, that's what's up. Roger, you were worth it. Thank you for the thank you, but you were worth it. So, and you're right, James. We're not finished yet. No, we're not finished yet. So again, like I say, we throw this word around all the time. This phrase around. I'm not finished yet. We're not finished yet. Uh, uh, it's not how you start; it's how you finish, and it's powerful. And like I say, but I saw it in action this weekend. So this weekend I spoke. I did. This weekend was a very busy weekend. I spoke at two different events over the weekend. One of them was a 5K run, and it was a 5K run to raise money for veterans, and and it was powerful. So I'm gonna tell you about it. Okay. Um, this wasn't your typical athletic event. It was full of folks from all walks of life, all walks of life, different ages, different age groups, anything from 10 to 70 years old, right? We had athletes, we had semi athletes, we had people that just like to walk, and we had people that probably haven't, that's just not their thing. They probably haven't ran in years, but they were there to raise money to support the VFW, the American Legion, and raise money to support various programs like the Danville Junior ROTC. So some of the people came to race, some came to walk, and some probably just came to get the T-shirt. They was there. They asked me if I was going to run the 5K. I'm like, I'm more of a 5 meter kind of guy. Or better yet, nope, I didn't wear the right shoes. Y'all know I was wearing cowboy boots. But they were there to support this cause, the 5K. I watched as everybody gathered up at the starting line, and you could feel the excitement. There was actually genuine excitement in the air. People were laughing and talking and shaking hands and stretching and getting ready. Like you had young kids bouncing around. They had. I mean, these kids got all the energy. I'm like, boy, if you don't sit down somewhere, that was just too much energy. But anyway, they was ready. They was ready. They was ready. These kids was ready to run and leave everybody in the dust. Matter of fact, one little boy, he's about 12 years old. He won the 5K. I mean, this boy was fast. And there was another young man that came in second. And kudos to the young lady who was the first female to finish. And she was probably 12, 13 years old. But there was seasoned runners there who had their eye on the prize, right? They were prepared to cross the finish line in record time. These pseudo professional athletes. And there was some that was there that, they weren't that. They were there because they believed in what was going on. Some people seemed a little hesitant. Maybe they weren't there for a loved one or to honor a cause. That's what they were there for, was to support a loved one, honor the cause. But regardless of their reason, they all stood aside. They all stood side by side, facing the same course. They were all heading in the same direction. That moment reminded me of life. We all stand at different starting points. We do. We all start life differently. I know you say, everybody is born into this world, but yeah, everybody's not born into the same situation. We're born into different starting points. Yeah. Um, it's just the way it is. So we all stand at different points in our lives right now. We got different goals, different skills, and challenges. But here's the truth: how you start often has very little to do with how you're going to finish. So, as the race kicked off, the sprinters, the fast kids, they took off. Pew! They gone. They hustling. The pros, they gone. And the rest of the people who weren't pro runners, they just kind of took off at their own pace. Some people took off in a steady jog. They was getting their pace together. Others opted for they walked it. And there were people who just started moving forward one step at a time. They wasn't sure of how long they'd make it or how far they'd make it, but they were determined that they were going to start anyway. So this excitement of the start is inspiring. But as the runners hit that first turn, I could see things were changing really, really quick. So, you know, it's like life. Life has a way of testing us like that. We set out with energy and enthusiasm, but we quickly hit challenges. We hit obstacles and unexpected hills. Those obstacles force us to slow down, sometimes even make us question if we can finish. But the true test isn't in how we start or in those very few, no, those first few easy strides. It's in our ability to keep going. Yeah, keep going through the challenges and to adjust when we need to. We all start at the starting line, and that's what that race it did. It inspired me. So about halfway through the race, I started to notice something interesting. The sprinters who took off at top speed, some of them were starting to slow down now. Meaning the people who started slow and steady, they found their rhythm and they were moving at a steady pace. They were moving at a pace that they could sustain. They were enjoying the journey without burning themselves out. What I saw in that race was a powerful metaphor for life. You don't know how much you don't know you don't have to match someone else's pace. You got to go at it at your own pace. Some of us hit our stride early in life, some later, and some of us might even walk part of the way, but that's okay. Finding your own rhythm and adjusting as you go is the key to finishing strong. So I was standing there at the finish line. As the race neared the finish line, the crowd's energy it shifted. Some of the people were sprinting through the and a little boy come flying through there, and there's another little boy right behind him, and then this little young lady, she comes in right behind him. They sprinting. Phew. Like, man, I wish I had that kind of energy. But they were rolling through. Um, they had all this energy, and the crowd was behind them. Others were walking, coming into the finish line, pacing themselves, and maybe they were struggling. But guess what? They made it. They kept going. And then there were those who crossed the line with friends and family walking with them. They appreciated the journey. They walked together. They went through this race together and they made it through together. So that was something beautiful in that approach. It really was. It was really beautiful. So here's the thing that I loved the most was no one judged each other based on how fast they crossed that line. Everyone cheered regardless of whether someone finished in record time or just barely made it, because ultimately the victory was in the finishing, not in how you started or how you measured up to the person next to you. It was the fact that you started it and you finished it in your own way, in your own time. Now, I admit that little boy, matter of fact, his name was Bentley. Boy, he did a 5K. He, like I say, he's 11, 12 years old. He did it in 20 minutes. That was really impressive. So, yeah, James, you're right. Do sound like boot. And then Roger, you're right. Tortoise and the hare. You're right. But in life, we often think we need to follow a specific timeline and hit certain milestones by certain age or achieve things at the same pace as others. But life isn't a race to the finish. It's about getting there in your own way. Whether you sprint, jog, walk, or whatever, however you get there, is that the main thing is that you keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. So seeing all this in play at out there during the 5K brought me back to my own experiences. I think about how many times I felt like I was falling behind or not living up to some imagined pace or standard or ruler. But every time I felt that way, something or someone reminded me that my journey was unique. My journey was my own. As I'd like to remind you, your journey is your own. You ain't got to stick with you ain't got to keep, as we say, keep up with the Joneses. This is your journey. How you move through this journey is on you. It's like you going to the buffet. Hey man, you put as much on the plate as you want to or don't want to. But at the end of the day, you're gonna eat, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna walk out that door at your own pace. Because your journey is unique. You don't have to be the fastest, you don't have to get it all right from the start, because you're not going to. Life isn't a contest for who gets there first. Ain't nobody trying to be the first one to die. Life is a journey. And the goal is to keep moving forward, learning, growing, and finishing strong. It really is. And that was what impressed me about those people. There was one lady, she was 70 years old, and she made it across that finish line, and her head was back, and her shoulders was back, and she was just as proud because she made it. Life is a journey, and the goal is to keep moving forward, learning, growing, and finishing strong. I met another, he was a veteran, Vietnam veteran. This young man, he told me he started doing marathons when he was 49 years old. He had ran, his goal was to run 50 marathons. He ran 40, he got into his 48th, and then he separated his hamstring from the bone. And that was the end of him being able to run. But the fact was is that he finished he tried to finish what he started, but something else happened. So what does he do now? He supports these runs every chance that he gets. Now, finishing strong means something different to each and every one of us. It does. So let me look over here. I'm sorry, I see stuff coming in. Roger says, enjoy the race and what it takes to go the distance in life. Everyone's race is different. You're right. Joshua, hey, brother, brother Josh, good to see you. He says, common goals can be attained at different paces. Excellent message. Hey man, thanks a lot. Respect others always. Hey man, you're welcome, sir. James, you're right. Never quit trying. Cousin Barbara said, you better say that, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm doing my best. So one of the most memorable moments from the race was seeing people on the sidelines cheering the participants. You see someone struggling, slowing down, or just, and they suddenly, all of a sudden you hear them cheer for them. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. And then all of a sudden you would see, uh, you know, that you'd see their back straighten up because somebody called their name and they was clapping and shouting encouragement, and you could see the change instantly. They'd stand a little straighter, pick up the pace, and push through. They'd find that energy to keep moving forward. We all need people like that in our lives. Yes, we do. We need voices reminding us that we're not alone. Yeah. We need we need to be reminded that we're supported and that our journey is worth seeing through to the end. So think about the people in your life who are struggling. Think about the people who might be moving at a different pace, or dealing with challenges you can't see. A little encouragement, a simple, hey, you got this, or hey, keep going, you're going to get there. Man, that can make all the difference in the world. Hey, I see you. I see what you're trying to do here, and you're doing great, but let me offer you a little help. Let me suggest something. Let me know. how I could be of assistance to you. Let me know if I can help you. Because I see you trying to get to, I see you trying to get somewhere and trying to do something. A little encouragement goes a long way, even though it's our own path. So, my message to you is this: it doesn't matter how you start, it doesn't even matter how fast you go. What matters is that you find your own pace. Do it in your own time. Adjust it as you need to and finish it in your own way. Your own way, not somebody else's way. Finish it the best way that you can. The finish line isn't a place to compare your journey to everyone else's. It's not. It's a place to celebrate that you made it, that you finished that project, that you learned that new skill, that you didn't give up. And that, my friend, that's valuable. That's very valuable. And all of this is done along the way. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you kudos right now. You did something today. You got up. Now, true enough, the Creator gave you breath in your body, but you got up and you got moving and you made it through the day. You did what you had to do in the pace that you did it in. You did it one step at a time. And that right there is powerful. One step at a time. Baby sis says, do you, boo? And I do. I know that's right. So, Annette, I see you there. You say this group of my cancer supports me. You know, your cancer group. I get that. So it's one step at a time, y'all. You can compare notes. You can talk about what happened to you with somebody who had a similar situation. But at the end of the day, it's still you. It's still all you. And it's your race. It's your 5K. You can sprint it, you can walk it, you can drive it, you can crawl it. It's you, how you decide to do it. And can't nobody else change or determine that but you. So remember, y'all, life is a long race. And sometimes the best reward is knowing that you finished strong. You finished in your own way, with your own stories to tell. So we got to keep encouraging each other along the way. That's part of what I'm trying to do here with this show is encourage you to live your life, run your race, enjoy what you have, stop worrying about what you don't have, take care of what you do have, because if you take care of what you do have, the rest of what you need will come. There is a finish line. You cross a finish line every day, whether you realize it or not. You do. You cross a finish line every day. At the end of the day, when you lay in your bed and you turn off that light, and I know I do it, I say, thank you, Lord, because I have accomplished what I can accomplish this day. And I will do what I can tomorrow if I am blessed to wake up and do it again. And if you look back on your life, you'll see how many 5K races you have ran and finished. Some of them you finished quick, some of them not so quick. There's some races you may still be running in your own way. So Baby sis says your messages often encourage us all to do and be better to each other and ourselves. Yeah, that you're right, sis, because guess what? There's not enough people doing that, in my humble opinion. Um, that's right. Take it one day at a time, cousin Barbara. We will keep you in our prayers. We will do that. So, like I say, Miss Barbara's running a race. Right? Remember, she's running her own 5K right now. Some days she runs, some days she walks. Some days she just sits there and just hold her hands and hum. Sometimes all you can do is stand still, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's your race. It's your 5K. And that's what's important. So the other thing that I did want to say to y'all is that yeah, we got to keep encouraging each other along the way. This is how we make it together in some way, form, or fashion. We do. Because honestly, this is a weird time that we're living in. And that's another reason why I keep pushing and encouraging each other for us to be in community. But I got to say this one piece before we go. There's a lot of people going through some tough times dealing with the election results right now. Some people got what they wanted, some people didn't. Some people are worried about what's going to happen next and who is it going to happen to. Look, you can't change what you have no control over. It's just that simple. We can't control what we do not have control over. But one thing we can do for those people who are going through some tough times and dealing with what's going on and worried about the changes and their family members and so on and so forth, we can do this. And it doesn't cost you anything. We can be kind. A little kindness goes a long way. And I'm not saying you got to go out your way. I'm not saying you got to give the shirt off your back, but you can be kind. And guess what? It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means a lot. So we don't know what 2025 is supposed to bring. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But if we engage today with, yeah, you're right. It's already written and it's in God's hands. But if you start every day with kindness in your heart, that little bit of kindness that you're going to show to somebody that needs it is going to go a long way. And the funny thing about it, if you're just kind to everybody, you never know who that person is that you were kind to that needed you to be kind. And that's huge by itself. So, all right, guys. Well, again, happy Veterans Day to my vets. Again, I hope y'all like the backdrop. And I hope y'all like this whole setup I got going on right now. But this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. I am your host, Vernon Longhorn Davis, and I always say, love yourself, take care of yourself, respect yourself. Take care of them kids, hug them kids, give them a hug from me. Don't forget to take care of our vets. Guys, I will, Lord say the same. I'll see you next Sunday. God bless y'all. $2.